And I in the crack, you know, on the car, they're all a fair necklace. They occupy the car, they come in and see that one. But with the innocent people, why we know our job facility, our children all our house will polish. Now the business between us sustain our children. Just like Waka King don't care and they can rescue. What else they we should form our children fisher? They don't want our children fisher. They cannot damage our children fisher. If they love the citizen and they don't want riot, police or soldier. Nobody gets up because I will get our tenant breath for none of the brown men. They're not supporting children with a mother, with a husband, with everything in the home. That some of us will not educated at the business backing or some when they temper around or temper with boo. Some of us will not of our weapon. We're gonna medicine man was when you come into our market, we'll plan your eye. We will cripple you. Papa and signal will whistle on you because we fell out with that nonsense in the country. Yeah, you say I can rescue and then one care or slaughter. That killing so security, they keep my police, they keep me around with cellar police, they cannot get our awareness for now until the 7th. They will see us on the street. That's it, but you don't get nobody job facility. And they're on the street. The people from the federal office they can come by our son. And what people making in it. Yeah. And that blessing which not belonging in market. Now and on the street. And that market or say women in a general market. Say that people phone all over the world, Great America. They started on the street.
They bring her to go to the main store.
So they get one for you to go sleep on the web post.
Yeah. He said, I'm joining to go see to the web main store to get money into the store. They will go take it from there. I said, Mama, how many bars for the same lecture?
And how can the police catch you now?
The police before they make for me bar. Now on the 8th. How you buy again?
So that time you go to where?
I go to where?
You leave your working place, you come to the man.
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. I go to yeah. How you question me, man? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, go now. I beg you, sorry.
I say,
when they call you in the now.
When they make for me in there, he asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
To the message, you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to
the message. You want to give you what?
Tea. Have milk tea.
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink
with bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of bread.
With egg inside.
With egg inside my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the fool make you now carry that so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right car. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man you go to now.
Yeah, the same man.
And the man say one for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then they are 2 now. In the Jeep. Then they are 2.
A big Jeep.
Yeah. Black BG, photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
No, Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole town now. You can judge people.
That's a new question. Sorry.
You can judge people like you can here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you. Sorry.
The way you talk in the question, say when I move from here, I'll free. Free. You said one talk again.
Exactly.
I wanted to make a whole talk clear to you, boy. Hi, looking then you want post and now more word again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to again. And said they come me to the office of OSP.
I think he's paying the million. Come to get paid. You say you get a tea to the man. After you get a tea to the man, you come. So what next?
I'm coming out, not there.
Nobody is getting there. You say asking too much question. Hey, there's people who say maybe egg and bread. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry. If you I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
Getting us on, then.
Okay, explain again. I'm not asking you no more questions. You have to let go ahead.
Go to school. They say I'm in English.
Okay, sorry. What is sorry now? Sorry.
See, you take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Take your time. Take time
To explain. Yeah, okay.
Past 6 years, and we are caretaker. We are the one that doing the cleaning all the thing. Since Joseph Boaka for the past 6 years, since Joseph Boaka took over past 3 months, if you demand us to come to work every day, for me, I pay $450 for work. I'm here before 50. Every day they will say this thing for carry. But I was surprised yesterday. The minister called and he want to have meeting with us. So we got there, Paulina came, and Paulina said, "When you go budget for us, not only they pay us, but she put it all down. Maybe, but she get money they pay. Or next month she will pay us. But everybody that work on the job, we are government, she will put everybody down and watch it. So with that, one day we went to the mansion in group. And 730 person, but in that she said, we are folk of follow down when you were working. So anybody that work on a job, we are with him, that we are put that she will put them down. But in that so therefore she came and said, she now working with us again, and she didn't pay us. So I thought that we work in this government for the past 6 years. And then for the 3 months that Joseph was got that we've been working early in the morning, we can't early in the morning and work. We have been working for the past 6 years. So they should pay our pay so that we can go and sit down. That's she left. So we should go and sit down and wait for the 15th. And I'm telling the Liberian government, I'm telling Boaka, Joseph Boaka, I said Joseph Boaka, and I'm always talking to the senator representative that we elected you, we voted for you. We are single mother. We support you. We voted for you in the house. You're sitting there. But it's not playing with us. She was getting wrong for us. She was getting wrong for the small check. She run it into her house. She baby. Everyone take off anywhere. Pay off. We're going to sit down. But you can't and tell all people that we're going to work for me. Are we not Liberian? Are we not Liberian? Are you taking bread from our table? Taking food from our mouth because of your we are? Please, our senator, you can follow our senator in the house. You have been talk for us. You only can you say you are going to talk for the women that what Paulina are doing to us. She's taking bread from our mouth. We will be marching at that group. We all will be going to the marshal in black. We will walk to the marshal and we'll point tire. And they will kill all the way they keep going in your they kill us. Because they want to keep us to kill. They say they came to rescue. But they never came to rescue or they came to kill us. We will march to the marshal. Everybody going to wear black. Everybody that wear the minister of state that they put down. People younger saying they will wear black. We'll go to the marshal. We'll put tire. We'll point it.
Okay.
Oh, yes, indeed. And today is Monday. What a good way. What a good uh, a moment it feels. And a great pleasure to be right back behind these microphones. These microphones of ours. To engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. Yes, indeed. A pleasant good morning to all of you, our friends, our followers. A good morning to those of you in the diaspora, our friends following us via our social media handles, the online radio audience. We'd like to say a pleasant good morning to all of you and thanks for joining us always. Those of you watching via YouTube, Facebook, and other social media platform right here on the big station. It's good to have you join us for a brand new week. The first Monday of the month of March. The first Monday of the third month of the year. As many people continue to say the honeymoon period are over. And of course, we are beginning to see signs and symptoms that is clearly indicative of the fact that the honeymoon period is actually over, because every other day there is one other tension from here to the other. And every other day there are breaking news about stealings and of course reckless spendings in government. And somebody believed that we should close our mouth on these. And we have said, no, we are not going to close our mouth on them. Because by doing so, we are going to be accomplices of state looting. This is the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. After a very busy and eventful weekend, where we saw series of awareness and public alert or public sensitization by motorcyclists who choose intent is to be peaceful and have their matters addressed in a more responsible manner by a government that by all measures have proven to be irresponsible and of course reckless. And we are not going to refrain from putting it right in their faces, because this country does not belong to Mr. Boakai, neither does it belong to Gregory Como, nor their likes. This is the Republic of Liberia, of many tribes and many nations, and it must be governed as such. The rights of everybody, every individual must be protected, and everybody must be guaranteed the space to walk freely, live freely, associate freely, and enjoy the rights and privileges appertaining to the citizenship of Liberia. And that's all the cyclists are asking. So after a week of public awareness, today is D-Day, as we are told, for the motorcyclists. Do not be carried away by regime puppets like John Keyon. The record shows a voice for the downtrodden motorcyclists, and the records clearly indicate that no, he is an imposter. The comes of narcissists and dictators in power. He must not be given any credence around reasonable conversation that has to do with the motorcyclists. And these are very clear. By the way, we are told he sits in the office. He sits there at the National Port Authority as an employee of government. and is of course a backbone, an errand guard to the very corrupt Unity Party chairman, Luther Tappe. So such a man lacks the moral standing and the independence to be speaking for the downtrodden. Very compromised, entirely compromised. So that dude must not be taken seriously. He is a puppet. Nothing more, nothing less. Chokon, we are told, remains the voice, echoing justice, equality and freedom, and constructive conversation on behalf of the motorcyclists of Liberia, particularly those in Montserrado County. The young man who has braved the storm to stand up for the thousands and thousands of people that are believed to be denied livelihood, people who kids are to be thrown out of school. Chokon is the man standing right there for justice, echoing a towering voice of economic inclusion and economic emancipation for the cyclists. For them, cycling is not a pleasure. Cycling is a matter of livelihood and something they must do to survive. So yes, folks, that's going to make the center of our conversation this morning. But before that, and anything, over the weekend, we saw former finance minister, the case with the former finance minister at the Supreme Court of Liberia. There was a motion, we told you last week, filed by lawyers representing the former finance minister to have closed or stop proceeding into the investigation, something we were told Criminal Code A Judge Roosevelt Willie denied. So that means the case can now continue or will now be open and looked into. And there have been a lot of public misinterpretation around that. So the little we know, the little we have gathered from our lawyering friends and of course criminal justice practitioners, I will weigh in on that in passing. What is happening with the Methodist Church? Clearly, we told you from the very get-go of this thing that the Joseph Newman Boakai regime had something to do with all of these news about gay rights, and of course the permission of gay activities in Liberia. Gradually, they are showing their hands clearly. Something that is against the laws of Liberia until repeal. We saw the police siding. We saw the police siding with elements who are basically supporting the issue of permitting gay activities within the Methodist Church, as we saw voices that are standing against gay inclusion into the United Methodist Church, and this activity being thrown behind bars, tear gas, beaten by baton, and of course kicked and knocked with gun butt, and all of these things coming from the regime. What do you think about the action of the regime in the face of the Methodist disagreement? Is the government validating her critics that yes, indeed, because of money, the government is permitting gay and lesbian rights or LGBT rights in Liberia? It's important for the government to make full disclosure and tell us exactly where do they stand as a government, because this is a matter of the country, this is a matter of our culture, and this is a matter of because we can sit there and every day Methodists are throwing stone and more than saying we say, oh, that the Methodist Church. No, it's all of us business. Lastly, in Ganta, there were a lot of political activities there. In Nimba, let me say, we saw the birth of a new political movement from Nimba County. On this note, let me bring in my dear friend and brother, Higa Gona. Higa, good morning.
Abu, good morning. Good morning, and it's good to be here this morning. Back fresh from the weekend to start the Liberian people's business, and it's because of that we are here this morning. Too many things happening, too many things always happen in our country, especially over the weekend. Like you mentioned, the birth of a new political party there in Nimba. From what we have been told, that party, not because it is or it was birthed in Nimba, then it means the party is a Nimba political based party. No, Mr. Ability and all of the supporters of the CMC have said that party is for Liberians, and I'm disappointed seeing some other individuals like the Samuel Koga, who are I think have lost his credibility and respect in the body politics of our country, to be standing on let's say before Liberians and Liberians and making it to appear like saying MDRA is the only Nimba-based political party. Anybody that bringing political party, they going against the interests of Senator Prince Johnson. I think that statement was very.
Or is that true or false?
That's what he said.
But that's what I'm saying. Is the statement true?
So Abu, I don't think that is the reality.
Okay, we'll come to the details
that
of
is
that. Let's talk about.
We'll talk about that, and of course, the United Methodist Church, Abu had to depart Nimba 80 on yesterday morning, but up to the time I was there, the United Methodist Church was closed. I don't know whether they later on had prayers at that service at that church, but it was closed. And so even while on my way through, it was only one United Methodist Church that I saw open. I think it was around the Curiousburg Inn.
Okay.
Yes, that was the only church I saw open, and I saw it's still bearing that United Methodist name, and yes, all of that. But it's good at this point, Abu. They say where there is smoke, there is fire. And you remember during the course of the regime of former President George Weah, there were conversations, people accusing the government of trying to bring in the issue of gay and all of that, but the government said no.
The government clear, and we did not see anything manifest.
Yes,
like
but what is happening currently in our country is terrible, and the government have to speak. Especially, Abu, what makes it more terrible is that stalwart of the party of the government, officials of the government, like the police IG, I'm told is a Methodist. And even the justice minister, I'm also told he's a Methodist, but they have not come clean. In as much as we don't encourage.
I think they are all siding with Bishop Cry, but that's their individual position.
But we look at all of these things. There are videos we will play. There are things that they themselves said in those videos. And we will listen to them and compare and contrast and know who is where and where we are with all of that. But it's good that we are back here. Let me say good morning to Liberians. And today we're on our normal routine, the cash giveaway. Yes, you can earn 4,000 Liberian dollars this morning just by playing *799#, and then you reply with 11 for Freedom FM, just 100 LD. You stand a chance to win for yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars. So let's see whether between now to 8:15 we can have at least 6 persons. Then yes, we can move on to know where we are here this morning.
That's correct. *799 *799#, right? Then you select option number 11 because today is Monday. And it's $4,000 for each of our winners. So the time is 56 minutes after 7 o'clock. So you have from now to 8:15. And then once we get when we're able to meet the threshold of 6 lucky players, then we can run the draw and begin to give out the first batch of our $6,000 on the show this morning. And the way to be a part is quite simple. All you have to do, at least have $1,000, $100 on your phone. 100 Liberian dollars is what you need. So once you have $100 on your phone, then you are qualified. But it is always advantageous to have more than $100 so that you play more than once, right? You play 2, 3, 4, or 5, depending on the sacrifice level. And one good thing I've understood with regard all of you participation in the Freedom Cash giveaway now is the presence of the leagues, the various leagues, and the winner, the dots, and all.
Yeah.
So folks are cutting their tickets regularly, and on that side, so and stuff. So all of that. But however the case, our own they're not cutting ticket, and you coming something yourself with too much, and calculation and all of these things, basically. So that's what we come here. We say. So for example, if you come here now, you can call your ticket, right? This week is a Champions League week, right? This is
Yes,
Champions
beginning
League.
tomorrow.
So you have PSG and Liverpool. I think that is the game that people waiting for.
Also,
big game.
Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid,
Atletico,
Barcelona, and of course, Benfica. All of these, but maybe we can see what let's see. Okay, so beginning tomorrow, which is Tuesday, the Champions League fixture for tomorrow is at 5:45. Club Brugge is going to be taking on Aston Villa, and of course at 8 o'clock, Borussia Dortmund is going to be playing Ladies, and PSV is going to be playing Arsenal, and Real Madrid is going to be taking on Atletico de Madrid. Then on Wednesday, Feyenoord is going to be taking on Inter Milan, and of course that game is going to be at 5:45, and then 8 o'clock, Bayern Munich is going to be playing Bayern Leverkusen, two German team, first and second place, as a matter of fact, in their domestic league, and like in the Spanish league, Madrid and Atletico Madrid, they are second and third place on the Spanish table. And then 8 o'clock, also we're going to be having Benfica and of course my own FC Barcelona. I'm still hoping to see what I can find Manchester United amongst the teams that are going to be playing either tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah, but may you play third, may even better than
so
I can play Friday. Tampo going to more than
so yes, then the one of the games too on that day is going to be Paris Saint-Germain and of course Liverpool. And yes, these are the teams or the games for your Saturday, your Tuesday, and of course Wednesday. So between now to next week, Wednesday, we'll know who are supposed to be in Champions League, who's not supposed to be.
That's correct. So that's why we're giving. So the reason we're giving you see, we talk about Friday. We got people who playing Friday that one just free time ball football. So we're gonna waste our time. We're talking about free time ball football. So when you play now, you get your $4,000. Your tickets for all those games are guaranteed, so you can cut as many tickets as you want to. So, and for us, just $100 you're spending to win $4,000 on *799#. There will be a whole drop down options that will come. You select option number 11. That way you have freedom. The reason why it is important that you select freedom because the frequency we have here is huge. There are a lot of people playing here. There are a lot of folks. So the chances are very huge, and the possibility of winning is huge with us. So you select option number 11 besides any other thing you want to think about. And then after which you go through your regular mobile money procedures where you have to select either USD or Liberian dollars. And then upon which you enter your 5-digit mobile money password to confirm the transaction. For those of you, for the first time, this is exactly how the whole team play. You don't have to mix it up. So you can be listening to Freedom and then you're selecting another number, but you say you won't win on Freedom. Some of you are making that mistake. So you have to understand the code. Our number is 11 for Monday and Tuesday. And so that's exactly what it is. So at 8:15, we will check it up and see what is happening right here and pay out some money once the possibility exists. So let's take break.
Just before we take break, maybe we can talk. The Liberian investigator here is reporting. We will do how to call it. The Liberian investigator is reporting this morning. Kufa goes for questioning, and that is in connection to the alleged arson attack.
Yeah, we won't do that in our in-house. Just pass because that whole fire thing looking at cliche now. No here, no they're going back and forth, and I mean.
It's about music. There are crowds in many places.
in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. That it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, enemy you check. You work for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must part to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
No boyfriend, no worries.
Do you want the professionals to fix your car, or do you need an original spare parts for your vehicle? Well, worry no more. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts on the bypass opposite Orange Head Office is that place. At Macabre, we provide the following services: mechanical, technical work, computer diagnosis and scanning, key duplication and programming, air conditioning, alarm system, and body wagon spray. We also sell genuine and generic spare parts for Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz, Suzuki, Chevrolet Tahoe, Nissan and Mazda, and most American cars. The good news is that Macabre has its hair garage in the Bronx, New York, the USA, where we have a huge stockpile of Ford synthetic mobile oil that is very good for your vehicles. Some of these oils, when used, can service your vehicle by itself for up to 4 to 6 months. We have gas treatment and fuel injector cleaner, original from the USA. We can get you any spare part for your car in Liberia from America in 4 working days, even if we are not the one working on your car. We also order spare parts for other garages in Liberia. We have a tow truck service. Get in touch with us. Just call 0778-324-567, 0778-320-366, or 0778-324-566. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts, Liberia's #1.
Toiletries Incorporated at Bernard Farm in Pinsville is the name for quality toiletry products and other household needs. Our line of products include Kumba Bendu toilet tissues, Kumba Bendu paper towels, Kumba Bendu napkins, and Kumba Bendu chloride to give your clothes a brighter shine. Also, get your Kumba Bendu Clear Essence soap to give your skin that comfortable feel. National Toiletries Incorporated. We also produce a line of quality plastic hardwares and rubber dishes of all kinds and sizes, quality slippers, and many more household items. National Toiletries Incorporated. Our products are available in shops, stores, and supermarkets around town. National Toiletries Incorporated, located at Bernard Farm in Pinsville. We are proud to be associated with the Freedom Morning Rise.
Good morning, a pleasant welcome. This is the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. And of course, after that commercial break with our partners, it's good to be right back here on these microphones, Beaming Live, and of course, informations and all that. So we want to say our deep sorry to our colleague and friend, Mr. Lina Dudu. We're seeing post that his apartment, his home, or property were gutter with fire. So yeah, so we want to extend our own sympathy and hope that the good law intervenes to have him, have all of his property returned. You see this fire thing now, you see that's why when these things are happening, everybody have to get involved.
Sometimes I just feel like when I'm going to bed, I should even put my car. I should put the breaker off.
It's so scary,
But,
It's so scary, and we don't know. And this is Labrador now. People take. I mean, government does not hold us accountable for anything. And when LEC burn down people property, it goes scot-free. Nobody talks anything. So because nobody has been asking the government and the Electricity Corporation any hard questions of accountability on these matters, that's why they say any number unregulated amount of power. These are some of the things LEC would do are responsible mostly for some of these things. For example, without any notice, LEC just cut off light, and without any notice, they just take current, they bring current, just like that. So this is very uncivilized. It does not happen anywhere in the world besides Liberia, where people are just there. You have the system on, and all of a sudden, current is out, and the company feels no responsibility. There is no consumer right in Liberia as it seems. And that's how you see the GSM company, as you see, and I saw lawmakers are inviting Orange and all this. You're wasting your time. Even the government services that are being provided, right? Where is accountability? Before you hold private companies, your basic services that we are paying for to the government, how are we even getting them? Who's being held accountable? Homes are burning down. LEC is not taking any responsibility. LEC owes everybody in the country. Let me tell you now. But anyway, that's what it is. And so we're sorry for our dear brother. So Hagar, and then we'll go to our Capitol Hill conversation. It seems clearly that this government is going to fail on her promise of increasing salaries. We are getting reports, and some of you out there are working with the government. You can talk to us. I'm not going to call the particular agency, but because I want to lay my hand on certain document, the Labrador Revenue Authority have already started submitting forms to employees to fill, where, according to my source, that form is giving the LRA permission to make cuts, to make it seem like voluntary deductions or what that. So the last week, some part of last week, we told you that the government of Liberia is going to be increasing GST, right, and all other domestic taxes that apply to salaries and all that, Social Security. So basically, this is where the Revenue Authority now is giving out this form. So the moment you fill in that form and resubmit it, you are giving the government of Liberia permission now to go ahead and take certain amount of money from on your salary at the end of the month. So that's a smart game. So when they give you any paper from your office, say from LI, you got to read it and call your lawyer to advise you. Because if you sign it, if you fill it in, you sign it, give it to them, they will go ahead. When you see your salary cut, as soon as you want to, you say, oh, but this system, they will bring some kind of narrative. And this is exactly so we're putting. So we'll get the document, we'll read the content for you, probably tomorrow or the day after. I'm sure about tomorrow. We'll read the content and put you on your guard. So that is that. So a government that promised that you're coming to increase salary, right? It's a government now that concocting sinister plan to take salary from the people.
Because they know when they do it, like they want to harmonize the salary of Liberians.
especially civil servants, they understand what the public pressure will be, especially all of the promises made, all of what was said during the course of their days in opposition in the campaign, and then now coming, meeting up with the reality and not living up to what you promised the people before, and you want to just willingly do something on your own, or I would say unilaterally do something on your own without the consent of the people. They know what kind of public pressure it will be. So what they want to do is, especially those within their lines, even we understand the bulk of those in the government position or who are civil servants today are people who are within the lines of the Unity Party. So what they intend to do is they explain to you like, Hagar, oh, you know, this is the government, this is what we are currently faced with. All of the justification that they will give for that action is because the USAID or support to Liberia have been called off and all of that. And yes, but there were we had coronavirus in this country where international partners weren't sending things to this country, but Liberia under George Weah tried to survive and they did things in this country during the course of the and they pay people. People sat home, they redundant people, but those redundant were still being paid. So why is the government funding it? People were home and were being provided certain kind of assistance, all of that. And today, Boakai and his people want to just make the whole what you call 51 million USAID support to the country. They want to make it look like all of that. But if you have to look at what we are inherited and what Boakai inherited, let's look at this in their book, in both of them first turn, right? When we came as president, several things that were in this country giving money to our country, providing jobs, opportunity for Liberians were cut off. All meal, you can name the rest, and all of that. But we have maneuvered his way through and was able to keep the country stable. And the only thing so far Liberians can see was the issue of harmonization. And harmonization was not a we are made thing. The harmonization was a suggestion and recommendation that came from the International Monetary Fund. But today, just for the USAID support, so all of what the government have been planning, and not stopping there. So that was just the first one, and then they doing all these sinister things and stealing from the Liberian people and all that. We are also getting report that Mr. Donald Trump, President of the United States of America, the great United States of America, is contemplating or has already cut support to electricity in Africa. Okay. So whatever support they've been giving to electricity in Africa. So yeah, you see, so it's not getting easy. The problem is expanding. So if electricity support can also be cut off, trust me, I don't know now where our NEC will be. So you got to tighten your belt. So this is where we are. Everything that the government of African countries now want to that the people will suffer here. Taxes will be astronomically increased. But because guess what? This Minister of Finance you have, look, this Minister of Finance is zero man. It's an empty man. He's empty, right? We're using refined terminologies now for our friends. So look, you know what we're covering these guys in their emptiness? The presence of Omeo and Ellen's global connection. So there were a lot of funds and things coming here. So the loopholes on these guys, were being shielded. You know what I'm saying? So Breman Kamara came in at a time where you have to fix it yourself. Nobody can be washing your back. He said he had the thing Samuel Toure with 2 for 6 years. You can have all your problems with Samuel Toure, but there will come a time all of you give it up to him. But I'm not saying he was perfect. I have my issues with him that we can talk about. But the fact that he was through and held the economy and kept Liberia safe from going down into bankruptcy. Then the men who used to be all on class reloaded, spoon talking, they know the economy. And say, government, I'm smart man. So was smartening again. Come to do the work now. confused. So the only means of redeeming us is for Gafon to go and start cutting. It's for Gafon to go and start cutting what? Cutting our salaries, cutting pays, increasing taxes, and making life difficult and unbearable, and failing to identify loopholes, revenue loopholes, and tapping on those areas to offset the impact of U.S. aid cuts and other significant international cuts that are going to affect our country badly. So it says we do not have thinkers. We have loose talkers in power who will go around and pretending to be all-knowing or intelligent, but they're failing us. So at the end of the day, burdens will be shifted, and that's exactly what we are seeing. Burdens are being shifted. Prices of everything are increasing. Electricity, water, blah blah blah. Everything is increasing now. You see the water and sewer men lie that in Liberia that get water like that, surrounded by water, right? How many? Look at our shows. The man tell us he had to dig in Bapulu. He had to dig 700 feet to see water. 700 feet to see water in Liberia.
Especially Bapulu.
For those of you that don't know what 700 feet, let me just pin the graphic. And you see the Ministry of Finance building. You take another of that scene size, he sell it over it. What we're talking about.
More than that.
Then you shop it in the ground, right? It get lost. Still, you not see water in Liberia. My people, you're in Bapulu, you tell, look at, and you go steal from the people, then you say you provide BOQ, so lala, inflated pricing and all these things. Stealing, complete different in government procurement. This is like procurement and contracting is what you guys are doing.
So yes, we will try to. We've been making efforts to speak to either the newly elected standard bearer of the
the CMC.
So we're making efforts to speak to him, but until then, he has said he will get back to us.
Change.
But we also want to speak to
the chairman or the political leader.
He's the political leader. But we will want to also speak to the.
But he said chairman. He said,
the political leader.
The secretary general.
So the secretary general and both the secretary general and of course the
Nimba people party
are in queue. Any of them we could speak to this morning.
No, man, answer my question. That Nimba party.
No, that's what. No, I can't speak for them. I'm now a member of the party.
No, but how you see it now? Because you were in the country yesterday.
Abu, there is.
So guys say only one Nimba party will get.
So Abu. There is a birthplace of political parties. It doesn't in any way make it to be like a country party. One country cannot give you election in this country. So if you must have a successful political party, what you have to do is to decentralize.
Okay.
So if we say, why if the CMC was founded in Monrovia, we say, or in Montserrat, we say that a Montserrat-based political party. So
do we have the list of those that were elected as official? Let's call the matter short.
Get that on.
Let's see whether there is geographical balance in the structuring of the CMC. But mind you, not only CMC, other parties, in Liberia, parties are formed mostly on the basis of regional alignments, right, or tribal inclinations. So sometimes a lot of the party are either tribal driven or region driven or county driven. So there are precedents, right? The MDR will talk about, and the MDR has now hidden that clearly that they are a Nimba party, right? And so bulk of the hierarchies in the MDR, preference is given to Nimba Aborigines, right? So basically my question was whether this is going to be a Nimba party too, to counter the MDR influence and dominance in Nimba and all of that. So basically that there were
so do we must see there from what I gather from the establishment or the convention. As a matter of fact, we must make this clear: the party had not been recognized or certificated by the National Elections Commission.
Okay, having in the process.
Having a convention was, I think, a part of the final stage of of that process. But if certificated by the National Elections Commission, the standard bearer of the party and all of those who are listened to that spoke at the occasion marking the convention of the party, they've said clearly that this is a Liberia-based political movement. In as much as it was giving birth to in Nimba, it doesn't in any way prove that this is just a Nimba political party. But what is bringing out this Nimba is the statement made by how they call what the guy.
But do you see it as a force in Nimba? Because no matter what, you can't run away from it, right? The demise of Senator Johnson have left a void in Nimba County in terms of political representation. I'm sure the CMC will be feeding candidates in subsequent election in Nimba, right? And of course the MDR as well, as parties established by Nimba Aborigines, and sons of Nimba County. So do you think that the CMC, as it has already begun the process of legitimizing herself as a political institution in Liberia, can put a competition with the MDR in Nimba?
So it is up to how the stouts of the party are able to sell the party out, launching a party or having a political party.
Somebody believe that Nimba is a no-go zone, no matter what you do.
So
MDR is always going to dominate the politics.
There is this thing that I want Liberians and Nimbayans to start understanding right now. The fight is the same way you find Liberians in other parts of the country being so loyal to somebody. Like some guys will tell you, or some people will tell you from the CDC, they say, I'm not a CDC, I'm a Weah. So their loyalty is to George Weah and not the CDC. There are some who believe only in the ideology of George Weah and not the CDC.
Okay.
So the notion that MDR is a Nimba-based political party, it will maybe it will be the first or the front runner of Nimba body politics. I think that notion, we have to wait to see what the senatorial election here will first bring, and then we know how we re-strategize on that. Because if you look at what it was, there were those people who were with who are with the MDR. Bulk of them, if you notice, their support base was with the late Senator Prince Johnson. All of their loyalty was shifted towards Senator Prince Johnson,
and not party,
and not a political party. Okay. So now let's look in this case. There were places that the MDR or powerful candidate doing elections, and those candidates lost.
Of course,
yes,
but they want more.
Yes. So what is going to portray to us as Liberians here now is we wait to see, like I said, what the pending election is going to bring from the county. So then we say to know whether Liberians or Nimbayans still believe in that, in the party. Instead of, mind you, there are people now who are getting disenchanted. A bulk of those guys you see today with the MDR Abu, they are only with the MDR because of its alignment with the Unity Party, and all of them are still hopeful. So while being hopeful, they have to still maintain loyalty to the party because they believe that is the only way they will get.
But if they were committed to Senator Johnson, Senator Johnson left an institution that could be considered his legacy. So they must.
So what happened? What happened if others are brought in and they are now working in line with the dreams and aspiration, or the dreams that the founder of the party had?
Until that is established.
So that's where we are now. So we cannot say now that the Unity or the MDR is the front runner of Nimba body politics. Senator Johnson was the front runner of Nimba body politics. He's gone now. Peace be unto your ashes. But if the party will still maintain that level of support base in the country, it's something we wait to see. And it will be terrible, even when Liberians on the shift on these people that being at tribal politics. That's why I got disappointed when I listened to Samuel Koga spoke the way he spoke recently, let's say over the weekend.
Why were you disappointed?
It is disappointing that a national leader who should be forcing or pushing unity will start to bring in division. Because if you want to prove that this particular group of people are more Nimbayans than this group of people, that is the division you're trying to push amongst Nimbayans. So whatever the case is, it is up to the CMC now to be able to push its case and be able to win on board like Nimbayans and Liberians in general.
Okay.
So like the MDR did, And MDR did not just gain ground automatically. It was a process. You have to have a very strong recruitment and mobilization team. You have to have a very strong propaganda team and all of that, and be able to sell the public, the party out to the public.
But MDR did not require all of that. MDR just needed a strong character.
That was because Prince Johnson was there.
Yeah. So let's make progress. That is that when we have the MDR, the CMC folks, we will talk more. I want to congratulate all of the folks elected, and
so maybe in 6 minutes we'll be speaking.
Yeah. So I want to say congratulations to Representative Musa Hassan Belite. He has again demonstrated strength. He has again demonstrated character to have come from the betrayal of the Labour Party to rise up and go back home and establish something that's clearly showing glimpse of vibrancy, speaks to the character and the personality. But we look forward to see how he's going to penetrate the very cumbersome political let's try to confirm it. So we are seeing something, but we'll try to confirm it. And if you have confirmation around what we are hearing around Chief Zanzan Kawa, his health and his status and his well-being, and you are very close to authority, you can confirm that with us. But this one is just coming in, and it says, please be informed that due to the motorcyclist protest set for today, the police has rescheduled the appearance of Speaker Kofa for Wednesday, and we regret the inconvenience. We will definitely be there with him peacefully on Wednesday. Please share it. This is coming from former Representative Akas Moses Gray of District number 8, Monserrado County. Okay. So it will have actually been a whole because CDC or CDCs were planning to accompany the stalwart, Speaker Kofa, something we also support. We believe that the government is proceeding in a partisan fashion. So every political party must demonstrate, utmost protection for their own. Whenever the government invite your party star, you must go there. Whether that ANC or you can't trust the government. The government cannot be trusted any longer. And I'm telling you this for free. So if you leave a person, they will go and implicate the person and come out. So you should be there and witness and provide maximum. So the CDC have equally said they would defer. And it to Wednesday as well. So anytime the police say they invite the man, they will defer. So while we are talking all of that, this drama, this thing that looks so very comical and funny to me, Higa, the police and the government of Liberia have, according to them, done investigation around the fire incident,
fire, and they said arson,
and they have declared it arson, and they have already arrested arsonists, right? Some people believe to be the one who committed the arson, right? And they are looking for their accomplices, right? And that is the reason why you are seeing the speaker being invited, because according to them, they have recordings from some of those guys who are now behind bars, revealing to them that they were being sponsored by lawmakers from the Fonatic camp. So all of those things has happened. So we are at the conclusion of it, and in the wake of that, the government of Liberia has brought a retired firefighter from America whose credential is being questioned. There are a lot of questions that's being raised around his credential, and the team that was brought, there are also questions being raised around conflict of interest. He holds dear friendship with Mr. Boakai, and they have got some personal relationships and all that. So understanding that the government has blundered in the management and professionalism of the investigation process, apparently the critics believe that the government is doing this to cover up and bring somebody, say America, Benin, bring somebody to validate the nonsense, because right now the investigation does not have, credibility. The investigation does not have credibility. Liberian people do not see whatever the police is doing now. All Liberian people believe that the police have done is, of course, they have witch hunted and they are persecuting. They are persecuting political opponents, right? in connection to the fire incident at the Capitol building. This is what Liberians in Liberia and around the world believe is happening with the Capitol, and the fire. This is clearly, and the government does not want that because it does not occur well for their image and in their conversation with partners and other reputable institutions. So henceforth, they're trying to bring in their friend to provide validation. And they're calling him expert, they're calling him all kinds of things, but there's a credential question that's been raised around the guy who was brought in by the government of Liberia and Gregory Como. So I also listened to him on last night when he appeared briefly on Spoon, one of them, I think the head of the delegation, and he sounded very compromised to me. And there are good grounds why nobody should listen to whatever that's coming from there, right? There are likelihoods that, because the guy said they have not compiled the report on Tuesday or Wednesday, they will be addressing a media conference along with the RG, and at that point they will tell us what their findings are. So basically the question is, what are you here to do? The government of Liberia has investigated, the government of Liberia has helped people, and there are people behind bar for this. And so what are you here to do? Right? Are you here to reinvestigate? If you are here to reinvestigate, you claiming to be professional and expert, right, in fire scene investigation, don't you think that the crime scene has been tampered with, right? Whatever chemical, assuming that it was an arson chemical, and evaporations has happened, and all of these things, how are you going to establish trace? These are critical technical questions that people are asking. So now, basically, what I have gathered from sources is that these folks, these American guys, are going to use what Gregory Coleman already has. So Gregory Coleman going to take a whole book and give it to the men, and then the men will look in Gregory Coleman book. So basically, in line with Gregory Coleman reasoning, they're going to be looking at it to see whether the procedure by which Gregory Coleman came there, right, is like the process. So we are looking at your book. You say that arson. Then you're writing your literature. I want to see the coherence in your literature, right? The support in your literature coming down to that conclusion. So once that is correct, then I say, oh yeah, Gregory Coleman say that true. But they are going to be doing no professional standard reinvestigation of the scene to establish, to establish veracity of Gregory's claim. So that is the question that technical people are asking these so-called Bwaka experts that came from America to come and validate political persecution in Liberia.
To keep the persecution, as you said. I want to borrow from you, because Abu, it is childish, and I don't know, even from the layman understanding, I don't think somebody who have not even had the opportunity to do criminal justice or to follow all of these steps will be able to do and proceed in the way that Gregory is proceeding at the Liberia National Police. There was an incident. You came clear to the public, and you said you conducted an investigation. The investigation reports were out, and you said the fire incident at the grounds of the Capitol building was an arson attack. And you have gone now to ensure that you torture and get statement from people under duress, and all of that have happened, and you still continuing as we speak. If not for the motorcyclist protest, the Speaker of the House of Representatives was to appear before the police. So, what happened in this case? In the worst case, let's take this, even though we know what the plans are, but what happened if the international, quote unquote, international expert that you've brought, what happened if their report is different from what you've said, and you got people under custody, you got people you questioning, you tarnishing their reputation. Why if your airspace say no, this was not an arson, this was electrical shock, for example. Okay, so now what is the level of credibility you think Liberians will have in the process now? Now that you've left, what I thought would have been done was, since the government wanted to bring in international fire experts, wait until your experts come and then go there. But you cannot have a situation where you've taken or government officials, the president, and other people at that ground, they've gone places in there, and today you hear to tell people that you've brought in international fire experts. So what is the level of confidentiality that have been kept for that at that place? If we are to do an investigation, if you do, even layman understanding, they talk always, they will talk about protecting crime scene.
Gregory said the guys are here, right, to establish the cause of fire and the extent of the fire. But you are prosecuting people. You're prosecuting people on the cause. So they could not have waited for this man because the president had recklessly termed it to be arson.
That was my next point, because Abu, the president have said that is an arson because he called people hooligans and he believed that people did it. So Gregory Cuomo and his police group came up with an investigative report that went in line with what the president have said. So the year when all they say, oh, let's bring international partners.
So it's no longer suspected arson. Yeah. Instead of arson.
So Liberians and Liberian people believe in international people in women. Let's bring them and we'll brainwash them and it will go in line with what we have said. So they authenticate what we have said. So that even when we play on the men or doing anything to them or any action we're taking, the public will say, but international partners came. But with regards to the independence and credibility of the investigation, I think the investigation, the credibility have been undermined. The independence of the investigation have been undermined, because you cannot be those guys you brought here today. You've brainwashed them before even they come to this country, because even newspapers, several newspapers outlets from this country have written stories about that fire incident, and they say the police term it as arson. So they've read it. The government, imagine now, the government paying the mail way to come from over there. Everything about his stay here and everything where he will be compensated, all of that is coming from the government. Then the government say that arson, you expect that man to disagree with Gregory Cuomo and his guys. So it's just to authenticate and just brainwash just try to deceive the minds of Liberians, and again have another opportunity to steal. Because trust me, those guys, they come away, that the government, maybe after everything, they will tell you, say they pay close to 300,000-400,000 just for those guys being in this country. Watch it. And I just all they brought them for.
That's exactly just to validate their persecution. And we wait to see, as much as there are mounting criticism and questions being raised about their credentials. So let's see how they come and bloody their own credentials here again. Liberians are waiting to see, basically. So that is that.
Let's see whether we can talk to whether the Secretary General of the CMC, the Citizen Movement for Change, right? The Citizens Movement for Change.
But you sure will get.
Yeah, Wilfred is currently on the line. Good morning, Mr. Bangura. Welcome to Freedom Morning Rise.
Good morning, dear brother. How are you today?
Yes, relatively okay, and thank God that we are back here. So
okay. It gives me so much pleasure and joy to connect with you this morning on your August program. And I must thank you for the services and the contribution which you're making to the progress of the civil society. Thank you very much.
Thank you so kindly. But the meat of the conversation is, over the weekend, you and others were in Barnes City to have a convention of a proposed Citizens Movement for Change. What brought about, firstly, this political party before talking about the convention?
Okay, just a little correction. We were in Sakabie, which is just next door to Ban. Essentially, under the Constitution of Liberia, you know that we operate under a multi-party democratic dispensation, and a group of people can come together to advance their political cause. And different vision for the country. We believe that it's time that citizens move into action to effectuate social change. Social change and political change are always driven by a conscious group of citizens who think differently about the status quo of the nation state. We have had the opportunity in our time under the last almost 2 decades to witness the advent of 2 political institutions that have led the country. And Liberians have got diverse views about the leadership credentials of those institutions. I speak of the Unity Party, which has come back to power, and the CDC, which led the country for 6 years. And so pundits and street peddlers and citizens have got divergent opinions. So most of them are calling for alternatives. They want to try something new, something fresh, and they want to begin on the clean slate, on the clean page. And these people, most of them are getting very weary of the Unity Party, which has really killed the country already, and they want to try a new perspective. So it's on that basis that they came together and formed themselves into a proposed political party called Neiman Style, the Citizens Movement for Change. And so millions of them around the country have got their representatives hailing from the 15 political subdivisions of Liberia who are very anxious about effectuating social, economic, and political change in Liberia. So they have been working with the Election Commission, and they got preliminary clearance to proceed to convention, bring to town the new split of leadership and file same with the Election Commission, and then they can get ready for certification to operate as a full-fledged political party in Liberia. Let me hasten to inform you that something new, a new shift is coming to town, and the political landscape is going to change. It's never going to be the same anymore.
Wilfred, you care to just run us through the names of those who were elected as the first group of leaders of the party?
So, the representative of District Number 7, Honorable Musan Hassan Beliti, who was the vision bearer and funder of this institution, was elected by acclamation as its new political leader. The national chairman, his name is James Yogi, was elected. He comes from Lofa County. And of course, your humble servant was elected as National Secretary General at this convention. So
there is this belief that I was in Nimba over the weekend, listening to the senatorial hopeful of the county and of course representative of District 5, Samuel Koga, where he said Nimbayans are only aware of a single political party, and that is the MDR. So any political party coming in, it means that person is against the interests of Senator Prince Johnson. Is this political party a Nimba-based political party or a Liberian-based political party?
But this political party is a Liberian-based political party. It's a political party for the nation state, which includes Nimba County. And I thought that the comment from Honorable Koga was ill-informed, ill-thought, infantilistic, and undemocratic. And I thought that then he himself is against what he's speaking about, because I know that he returned from South Africa with a party called Liberation Action Party, which is being registered at the Election Commission. Himself, that's the party he's forming. He's been calling on other people to join him.
This is a breaking news. Even when he has joined the MDR, is he still forming or trying to form a political party?
He is forming a political party. It's called Liberation Action Party.
Okay.
And that party is at the National Election Commission. You can do your research. That's a public house. Under the Freedom of Information Act, they can give you more details on that. So how can this man have some power to say somebody from a political party is with X, Y, and Z? Number one. Number two, the statement itself undermines in a fundamental way the democratic dispensation we are under, including the multi-party democracy. Number three, then it disqualifies his candidature for the Senate, because I think it looks like he is really intent on continually breaching every statute, every law of this republic. He's not satisfied with what he's done so far during the so-called purported removal of Speaker Kofa. I'm not sure he's satisfied. He's bent on just abrogating the Constitution that gives citizens the right, regardless of where you come from or who you are, regardless of your creed or the name you call God by, regardless of just all of those. But once you are qualified under the Association Law of Liberia, you can form yourself into a grouping or into a political party. He is saying that that law does not exist. He is saying that citizens do not have the right to form themselves into a political party. How unfortunate. I think the representative you mentioned should get ready to explain to the Nimbai and to the Liberian people why he wants to impute so much economic burden on the people when he's already got a job for more than 18 years, but yet he wants to cause another by-election. Should he win the election, there's going to be another economic burden that taxpayers will have to sweat to pay for yet another by-election. I think these are the questions and the conundrum that hangs over him. He should be worried about that. And I think that to even speak ill of what a group of people in the millions have organized themselves to do is to really, really fundamentally undermine every existing law and to violate the rights of the people, to be very mean and demeaning to them. I think if it means well for the country, those statements are very unfortunate. They should not have come from him.
Okay.
He should come back to the public and apologize, and he should explain why he's contradicting himself when he already got the Liberation Action Party under the Elections Commission being proposed.
Okay, so Weaver, just before my colleague Abu Sharif coming, one of your texts or your first test as a political party, if certificated before the by-election, would be your support in the pending by-elections or maybe feeding a candidate. Do we expect or wait to see the CMC feeding a candidate in the by-election or supporting a candidate? If yes, who is that candidate going to be? Are there conversations around that?
So the CMC is not going to put the cart before the horse. The CMC will endeavor to wait, obtain her certification, and then move into political action. But I can assure you that the CMC will not be neutral in these elections. And whatever side the CMC picks, whomever the CMC nominates is going to be the next senator of Dimba County. This is a fact, and this is going to be incontrovertible. So we're very clear about that, but we will hold our peace until we get our certification to function as a full-fledged political party. But I can tell you that we're never going to be neutral.
Okay, Abu is up next.
Weaver, let me say congratulations on your election or selection as Secretary General of the new political institution.
Abu, thank you. Except that I did not clearly understand the sentence that came before the congratulations.
No, but most importantly, I think it is good for our democracy. This is why many people stood up for multi-partyism, and this is contributing to that. So we welcome you to the field of the political arena. But I'm interested in a statement you made from the very beginning about a new sheriff in town. What is new about this compared to other political parties? The structuring, the organization, the personality. What is really new for Liberian to clinch to?
What is new? Because this party believes that the time when citizens gave to parties, those days are gone. This is the time that parties should give to citizens. This party would endeavor to empower citizens.
How? By what means? You okay.
Let me just explain myself.
Okay.
This party is going to venture into agricultural projects, agricultural revolution. We have, our political leader has got what he's going to do for the rest of the country right in District 7. Those who have been following the agricultural development, agricultural initiative in District 7, should understand that that was a pilot. That is going to be replicated across the country.
Are you going to be making farms? Are you going to be making farms?
All of our, are you here?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Thank you. All of our 73 districts across the country will have a farm. The farm will be organized by the citizens. It will be organized by people who will give us land. This land is going to belong to them.
Okay.
And they're going to determine what crop they want to cultivate on this land. And we believe that when we do this, we're going to open up opportunities for part-time workers. These citizens are going to have the opportunity to work on these farms to cultivate whatever crop they want to plant, and these crops will be harvested. The owner of the farm is going to get a certain percentage. The political party will get a certain percentage, which we are going to commercialize, and money proceeds from there will be put into our coffers to run the institution in those counties. The meat of this all is going to teach citizens how to work. It's going to teach them how to produce food that they're going to eat. We are big on efficiency in food production. We believe that the only way this nation state can sustain itself and uphold its food sovereignty and live up to its creed is for the citizens not to get hungry, not to be hungry. A hungry nation is a very poor nation. So we experimented this in District 7. The political leader has reaped tremendous success from this experimentation in Nimba County already, and we want to replicate this to the rest of the country. This is something new. This thing has never happened before, and we are intentional about it. We're going to do this. We're going to give back to the people before the people give back to us. Oftentimes, political parties are formed. They come to the citizens and ask for political power without giving. So, in that sense, you're taking away from the citizens. We're going to give to the citizens. And so, it's a new sharing. It's a new dispensation. It's a new day. It's a new ideology. It's a new party. It's a new movement. And it represents the new change.
It is true the revolution, Nasi.
So this is why I said this is a new sharing now, and we're going to do everything differently. We're going to be intentional about this. We're going to be deliberate about this. We're very determined about this because we know that our people would like to test another alternative to see, what the future holds. I can tell you that the future is going to be very blistering under the citizens' movement to change.
It sounds very revolutionary, and I must admit, but let's see how that works in practice going forward. So my next point, it has already
been tested. So yes, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. I can tell you that. I can assure you, you're going to see it.
Good. So politics are local, and you will agree with me on that, right?
So this is not politics. We have a prototype of this scenario. We're not talking about pie in the sky. We have these things in perception.
No. I'm going past that one. No, I'm going past that. I'm listening the premise for my next question.
Okay, please.
Yeah, politics.
Okay, but I must admit that I have not exhausted the newness and the revolutionary ideas of this party. But I just diverged one. But for the sake of time, we can proceed to the next question.
Definitely, we'll make time for you to come in. Probably upon your certification, because you still propose. Then we will talk the details of all you have in stock. But at least Librarian have a glimpse of exactly what it seems like. So, my next question has to do with the political identity of your party. And I agree that we have to conform to national political movements. But as culture have seen politically in our country, parties are always, most of the time, localized, and they have local identities. So it's against that backdrop that many believe that this is another party emerging out of Nimba County. And so there has been a political void created in Nimba since the demise of Senator Prince Johnson. And of course, it has all been about living the legacy of Senator Johnson. And so Mr. Koga has questioned your formation and believe that it undermines the legacy of Senator Johnson. First of all, you're one man who worked with Senator Johnson many years, and you know him. Does the creation of new political party truly contradict the vision and, of course, legacy of Senator Johnson the late?
But how will anyone argue about destroying Senator Johnson's legacy? I think if there's anybody who's trying to destroy Senator Johnson's legacy, then is Koga. I think he should be explaining why he destroyed the NUDP, the first party that brought him to power. Ask him for that party. He went to a convention in 2011 in Ban City that he lost miserably in. He cried baby at that convention. Senator Johnson negotiated with the winner and took the victory and gave it to him. That was how Senator Johnson campaigned with him and made him representative. But since he became representative, what currency did he pay the senator back in? This man is on tape, is in videos of saying the most mean things. Denigrating the senator, call him a dictator, call him a wicked man. This is not secret, it's everywhere. These videos are commonplace. Everybody has it. This man helped to destroy the people that brought him to power, the NUDP. Ask him, where is the NUDP today? What role did he play to resuscitate the NUDP? Ask him about that. You think he has the moral credentials to talk about Senator Johnson's legacy? You think he is the right messenger to talk about Senator Johnson's legacy? You know, Abu, death is powerful. Death really got power. This is a man who made his colleagues of the 52nd legislature so emotive and so brave to come at Senator Johnson with everything they had. He said he is the only relative in the caucus. If he can go against Senator Johnson, it means the man is not a good man. The man is wicked. The man is a dictator. The man is this. The man is that. This man did everything to destroy the man. That is indeed powerful. Now he has the temerity, the infantry. He thinks he has the moral voice now to speak for Senator Johnson. That is really powerful. So, you know, when he says these things, the people in Nima who know the history and record, they just laugh. They just laugh. This is really economy. This is why it is. So Senator Johnson himself, who believes in multi-party democracy, knew about the formation of the TMC even before he died. The TMC was not just formed overnight. To form political party is a whole long process.
Okay.
The process that draws nearly to 4 or 5 months. So Senator Johnson knew about this. Senator Johnson welcomed the idea. He was never a man opposed to the idea of competition. He was never in front of competition. He was prepared to compete. In fact, Senator Johnson survived the most in crisis. For the man I knew him for, when things are very normal and peaceful, Senator Johnson is weak.
What do you think? What do you think Kuka will be jittery?
So I just wanted to end by saying that what you say is delicious. You have no business, no character. In fact, that is not correct. So there's no disrespect or dishonor to the legacy. I think he is trying to dishonor the senator's legacy by even trying to portray himself now as a man who is speaking for the senator. This is demeaning. It's unfortunate.
So lastly, and then we'll take leave of you. What do you think is the reason for which this your new party, this new sheriff, was unable to see competition for its different positions, but rather people were being elected by affirmations?
Yeah, because sufficient consultation happened, and the delegates realized that there was no need for compensation. If there were need for that, the floor was open for nomination, and so the process, the presiding officer asked for any more nomination. They said no. Any more nomination.
That was staged, man. Bangura.
So the delegates spoke by acclamation. They've been working alongside with those that were elected for all these months in the formation of the party. They evaluated them. A lot of consultations happened, travels happening across the country in those various counties, and so these leadership abilities of those that were elected had never been in doubt, and the confidence that they repose in us is unabated and huge, and that's why there was no competition at the convention. If that convention is huge and they have candidates, of course there will be competition there, but I can show you that there will be no confusion in the TNC's conventions, because we believe in a lot of consultations, in a lot of consensus building, and we're always going to derive our answers through the right path and through respect and through mutual agreement and consensus building.
Thank you very much for joining our show this morning. We look forward to having you in studio one of these days.
Thank you. Any day, I shall be ready to join you. I must thank you very much for calling me up, and I'm very appreciative for what you're doing for the nation state, the information you give to the country, and your services to society, truly, at the full state, the full branch of the government. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Abu and his colleague. Thanks a lot to Freedom family. Okay. It's great to be on Freedom Rise, and to all of you, my great friend Austin, my great friend KOK, Alexa, and the whole bunch of you who are continuously serving this country on the separate ships. We're thankful to you.
Thank you. The great Wilfred Bangura it is whoever is adjusting. He didn't use the previous word.
At least
so everybody, even Mamusu, everybody understand the man. The man is the secretary general of the People's Movement.
It's more important now because it tells you that he's coming down now to begin.
Yeah, because he's engaging everybody now. So. You know, he's leaving that class and coming down.
Before when he's speaking for dictionary,
gotta get your dictionary. So as soon call the man, I think my phone open the dictionary. I say I would today, but we not gonna miss school go home here today. But luckily for us,
he came down.
He came down. But folks, that's exactly what it is. You've gotten that. So now we can confirm that the former chair of the Traditional Council of Liberia,
Chief
Zanzan Kawa, has passed. May peace be to his ashes, and may the deceased family take solace in God, and we wish him all of the best. And I mean, these things are happening. Prominent people are losing their life. Mr. Barker has created trauma and and stuff for people very unnecessarily. The other time it was Senator Johnson. Today is Zanzan Kawa, and why are all our prominent people dying when Baga is president is another thing that we have to ask. But anyway, death is not natural. But again, we understand the condition, the circumstances under which people die. Sometimes what that precipitate questionings and all of that. But we wish him all of the best. We believe with times we will know exactly what is happening. So these are signs too now. You have to be looking at it. People horses burning. Permanent people dying, and all of a sudden we just be saying, oh, yeah, won't be my down and stuff. When this kind of thing happening in the land too much, in the old days, you go consult the gods. So the Baptist deacon is the president of the Republic of Liberia, at which time we are witnessing heightened conversations about gay rights and redefinition of marriage and what issue means. That have seen serious tension develop in one of Liberia foundational churches, right? The United Methodist, and so they have also seen one of the strong campaign for Liberia return to peace, tranquility, and unity in this country. Bishop Kula. Right, Jerry Kula. This man has been around for some time, and his voice and his contribution to Liberia peace and sustainability are recorded. But we saw the Joseph Boakai government placed him behind bar yesterday for his view. So when he left the police cell, he had these comments to make.
Now, when the UMC whoever passes his law, we will leave from there. When he went from church to church, when he from the district, and when this happening, the UMC will leave. Yes. But he went over 23, he came back in somersaulted. Yeah. And he wanted to follow him. Amen. Praise the Lord. We will fight this battle. Yes. Jesus will win. Jesus tomorrow will be at the police station. God,
okay. So after listening to Bishop Kula, I want us to listen to
because he made an accusation that Bishop Kula once upon a time, after meeting with them, committed that in the event where the General Conference in the U.S. endorses gay rights in the church, that the Liberia Conference or whatever it is who leave the church. Right? Because it is in contradiction. You see, the video is there. We lay our hand on the video, so let's play that video as well.
Okay, so let's play the video here to hear whether that truth or the bishop said, Bishop Kula said, or Bishop Kwara. Let me
speak to the church. But if we come out this year and we come back and then we come and say, oh, the church now agree on. They say now 2 men will marry 2 men. Then we come to Liberia. Then the DL come and say, Pastor Flobo, and Pastor Moses, they're getting married tomorrow. Hey, how was sunset? There's trouble. I know the people, when they hear it, the people who have Methodist, they will take their scholars and they will come, right? They said that taboo they put won't bring our land. That taboo. We don't want this kind of thing. So we told them that we will not follow them. So if we don't follow them, that means we have to change our name. We will not be called United Methodist again.
Okay.
We lose the cross and that thing. Where you see them? Because the people already finished following the church. We'll lose it. We'll not use it again. Because the other people said they will remain in the church and they will do that thing. They will remain in the church. If we leave, they will remain and they will take care of United Methodist Church. So the people will be calling United Methodist Church the gay church, like the gay people church. Amen. So we said, well, when we leave here, then we'll follow the other group now, the new group that we formed. It will be called the Global Methodist Church.
Okay.
The global meaning the world, yeah? The rest of the world. World Methodist Church, the Global Methodist Church. It will not be called United Methodist Church. So hopefully this year when we go to another conference, those who will be going to another conference will be voting again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will go to the general conference and the bishop will be asking me, what place you are standing? What place is standing, Bishop Choir? I say, oh, if we change the definition of marriage between one man and one woman, and we say marriage are between two adults, which means two men can get married, two women can get married, then I will not be with that group that say marriage that union between two adults. I will go back to my traditional definition of marriage. Because when God made them world, He made them male and what? And female. The time when God put Adam to sleep, don't listen to this too. We don't know how.
So that is
okay. So you've listened to it. So that means it is true actually what Bishop Kula said, right? And you listen to the bishop, he was crystal clear that when they go to the annual conference, if they make that decision, they will come back, they will leave, and they will establish a new church called the Global Methodist Church.
So I will just for 30 seconds, maybe we can play this where the last time they had a vote when Bishop Kula, but then was the head for the Liberian mission. He had the opportunity to vote, and his vote was questioned. So maybe just for 30 seconds.
I have my Bible in my hands.
That's Bishop Kula.
And this
Bishop
is
Kula.
the Word of God.
That's
why I'm coming.
Why are you speaking against the amendment?
I'm speaking against the amendment because we do not have another Bible apart from this Bible. So we cannot have the two options that the amendment offers to us. And so I vote against the amendment. That's the reason why I'm trying to explain.
Okay.
Yes, that this Bible, 2 Timothy 3:16 says, all scripture is given by inspiration of God. It is profitable for doctrine, reproof, correction, and instruction in righteousness. When it comes to the issue of homosexuality, the Bible is very emphatic that we have marriage between a man and a woman. And that's what our current book of discipline holds. For the past 52 years, every attempt has been made to alter that biblical truth. Today, we have a majority general conference characterized by liberals and progressives who are doing everything to change the Bible to something else. Because of that, I vote against this amendment. Thank you very much.
Okay, so Bishop Jerry Kula has remained consistent. When he had the opportunity in America, he stood his ground. He came back to Liberia. This time, Bishop Kura had the opportunity in America, but did not stood his ground, right? And it appears seemingly clear that he supported the amendment. And so we will read for you what the amendment is now that they have come to Liberia, and of course, others are resisting, right? What the amendment is currently, that you are seeing all of the noise and, of course, discontentment. It reads, marriage within the church, we affirm, marriage as a sacred, lifelong covenant that brings two people of faith, an adult man and woman of consenting age, or, this is the amendment, or two adult persons, ignoring gender and definitions. You say at this point, after we finish dealing with all the straight people, then we come to the other people. You say involving two adult persons of consenting age into union with one another and into deeper relationship with God and the religious community. This is where the issues are coming from. This is the amendment that subsequent bishops have been voting against at the annual conference, right? So now, while the United Methodist Church does not recognize marriage as a sacrament, we celebrate and cherish this union as an expression of the couple's faith, grounded in their relationship. This is another thing. But the Bible believing United Methodists believe and hold that marriage is a marriage. They believe and hold marriage as and recognize it as a sacrament, and not at anything that's pleasurable and for celebration and just for cherry or merry-making union. No, they say it is a sacred decree, and it must follow the principles of the Bible as decreed.
So what the sticky part of that that the white guys, I will say it this way, think they can use to blind the minds of Africans, especially Liberians. They're talking about the Liberian contest, is to change the part that says two consenting adults, man and woman. So they want to just change it and say two consenting adults. So if they
maintain that one, they maintain man and woman, then they went by an other and say or. So other men and women or two consenting adults. So that two consenting adults, as Bishop Kula and other people and the men and women of Liberia are saying, those are going for the global Methodists, are saying that is a smart way to blindfold the people and get them into something. So if you say two consenting adults could mean men and men
above 18.
Above 18. And they agree, they will go ahead, the church will do it.
And not just so, but
father and son, father and daughter, man and daughter, man and son,
whatever the case is.
So this is going to be a moral breakdown. So where does the church stand?
So what has even started happening, if you listen to I think the extended version of Bishop Kula when he was released from the Jacobtown prison yesterday.
When you finish, we'll play some of the congregation.
When you listen to him, Abu, he said clearly, he named some of those same-sex partners or couples who are currently serving as pastors in the United Methodist Church.
Okay.
So it has already started taking effect. Why they even fighting to amend their what you call their I can call that their things. I know.
Say the standing law or what?
They are standing law. So even before they take effect, they have started it. So now Bishop Choir was heard before going to the US for that convention. You see what money can do? Money can make before going to that convention. Before going to that convention, he had engagements with members of the church from county to county, district to district, community to community here in Liberia before going for that conference. and you clearly listen to his stance. He said, if in case of anything tomorrow, and it goes to the convention, and the people decide that they will amend that portion of the standing law, whatever you call it, he said they are going to leave, or they were going to leave, and name themselves now as the Global Methodist Church, the worldwide Methodist Church. Now, Quara left from here, went to America, got apparently induced by cash, and now he came back. His tune has changed.
So the question is, what has changed from the choir we hear then and the choir we are hearing now? What has changed? Too many factors can be brought to bed. Too many things could be brought to bed. The choir then was clear that when they do it, will leave the church. So they will take their cross and the other thing. So he prepared his congregation for this day. So when he went and the people voted, they won the vote. When he came back, he should have implemented his agreement with his people here that this is what the church said. They made a church gay church now. They put spoil the church, that gay church. So because they have endorsed this thing, they have amended, and you know, the church policy on this and all that. So Liberians here, Liberians, Methodists here, who are believing, Bible-believing Christians, have said will remain standing with the Bible and, of course, Christ and his commandment, and will also remain in support of the laws of Liberia, right, that defines marriage between two consenting men and female, right, in a civil union. We will remain standing with our tradition and culture. A lot of the time we have said, oh, Liberia will finish losing our culture, man. This is another test to that moment. So let's see what the Liberian law says. So these people are standing for their country. Yeah, right? So it defines marriage as marriage is a civil status, a personal relationship arising out of a civil contract between a male and female. This is what Liberia as a country says define marriage, right? Between male and a female to mutually assume marital rights, duties, and obligations, to which the consent of parties capable of making such a contract is essential. That means you can take minor who their capacity to entering into the rigors of marriage it has to be taken essentially. The person will be of good mind, and you know, not somebody that is mentally deranged and everything, then you enter. Provided further that such marriage is not prohibited by the provision. Provided such that such marriage is not prohibited by the provision. And what the Bishop Choir is trying to bring is prohibited by this provision.
The provision of the law.
It's prohibited by this provision. Other than that, you can have marriage. You can go ahead and have your marriage, right? But now, on yesterday, which was Sunday, United Methodists across the country have moved together for worship. And what did we witness? There were the changes coming. What has changed? So the state must be standing with the laws and the Constitution and defending the integrity of Liberia, right? So what did we see yesterday? When those Liberians gather at their worship places to worship, we saw Gregory Coleman release
that the police deployment in Nima was even at the Ganta Methodist was done on Saturday night.
Made huge deployment, overnight deployment at the quote-unquote hotspot Methodist church, right? And place police people there with guns and just whatever you can think about. So here's a scene, here's a video of one of the instances where the people were trying to enter the church to worship, and the police people stood at the door and told them that they were not entering. So why are you stopping the people from going to church? Is the state trying to stop worship in the country? Is the state condoning, giving room to Satan over God? The people Sunday they dress, they say we're going to pray. The police both stand there. The police is a representation of the state. So what has changed is the current position of the state. It seems clear that the position of the state is to provide support and protection and defense, right, for the portion of the United Methodist Church that say we embrace gay rights. This is what the action interprets at, and that's what the police must come, the government must come with full disclosure. But listen to this. The police is defending. The police said, that. That's one. Many you see the people standing outside. In fact, the people had to conduct their service. The people had to conduct their service at the Jacobtown Police Depot.
Yes, that's what
yesterday.
I saw yesterday. But
so, what is the government? What is the government actually communicating? What is the government telling the Liberian people? If the government is sending her police to go and defend gay rights, the government needs to be clear and tell us.
Because it cannot be backing one side.
Okay, because what is on the book is not what you're doing. And if the government has taken a position to provide an environment that condone and support gayism in Liberia, the government needs to come clear so that you stop putting the life of other people in harm's way. Because if the government is giving cover protection to gayism, right, then you're endangering the life of the citizen who believe that Liberia does not stand for this and believe that it is a national or a nationalistic, patriotic calling to defend it. This is sad. Gregor Como is the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police. And Gregor Como issued the order and the instruction to deploy police at the different Methodist church in defense of Bishop Choir group. And yesterday we saw them arresting Bishop Jerry Kula and putting him in jail for God's sake in the age. Has it reached to a point where our bishops will be going behind bars for gay business? Can Joe Barker answer that question for us? Joe Barker is a Baptist deacon. We thought this country is supposed to be more religious and committed to God and the principles and teachings of the Bible than any time in the history, when we have a full-fledged deacon as president of the republic. And Sodom and Gomorrah is being given protection under the watch of a Baptist deacon. This sickened me to my stomach yesterday when I witnessed. We have seen, and this thing has been perpetuating, brutality meted against citizens who are opposing the misrepresentation of the Liberian culture. And they have been met with stiff resistance, not from anybody or among themselves, but from the government. The question becomes, what has the government done? Right? What did the government do from the get-go, from the genesis of this, disagreement among the Methodist people? How did the government intervene? Because this thing here is not only limited to the Methodist Church. You may be from the Catholic Church, you may be from the Baptist Church, from the Episcopalian, right? Or from different denominations, or even the Islamic faith. But mind you now, we are interrelated, we go to the same schools together. So if the Methodist Church endorses and allow and continue to do these things, right? Society, our kids will start following the friends, and gradually this thing will start to take. So the government has to tell us her position on it. The government has to be clear and let's know clearly. Because this is what the law says, and this is what we are seeing happen to the people. So Shirley will go to the phone lines and let Liberians raise their voice. Everybody have the right to speak. Everybody have the right to speak. So let's hear from you, from how our folks were treated yesterday. Some of you may have deep information, and I see a lot of you trying to make it seem like the people fighting for property. No, the people not fighting for property. All along the Methodist Church being here, they never been fighting for property. Right? But Bishop Kwai is claiming that since the people have decided to break away, they should leave all of the Methodist Church properties. So now, if you support them to leave the Methodist Church property, right? So now, what is that property going to be used for? For gay activities? Is Liberia prepared to see those property used for gay activity as well? So yes, we can agree now. The break away people, you leave the people church. When the people leave, so should the society sit down and allow those property be used for gay activities? What does the law say about that? What does our culture say about that? Our norms and tradition, what does it say about that? It's putting our kids in harm's way. It's putting our cultures in harm's way. Are we a society? Are we prepared to accept this? Were we the only people that went for the general conference? The other countries, Ghana, Uganda, other African countries went there for the general conference and they came back. We're not seeing these tensions there because the government has taken a strict position. Why is our government under the deacon not taking a strict position on this? I am bewildered.
And Abu, with what we've been experiencing with the Methodist Church, there are a few questions to be asked. And like you said, there is a need that the government come clean to let Liberians know its stance. Because from all indications, we are understanding that the government, as you are aware, the government is strangulated financially. So they are looking for every means and ways possible that they can have finance to be able to support government's initiative.
And that's correct.
So as a result of that, they are siding with the guys who are trying to bring on us this Sodom and Gomorrah stuff because it have money into it. It will support the
pumping
budget.
enough money.
Yes.
So that's what they want to use to get rid of the
UKE. If you have the opportunity, Abu, this is a plan. If you have the opportunity to attend any workshop as a media man connected to the same sex or that LGTB, all that stuff, Abu, you understand that the guys are using the cash power to damage our culture and damage our country in relationship with God. But like I said, there are a few questions and then answers. One,
because the justice minister, not 1 minute, justice minister is a Methodist. The police director that's giving the instruction is the Methodist. And we have heard a lot of stories around the police director.
So there are questions to be answered. One, what is the government's position on this entire thing going on in the Methodist Church? Because the government have to come and show that there are laws. There are already existing laws with regards to same sex in our country. So is the government trying now to downplay the laws of our country, or can the government come up to reinforce or reiterate the laws of prohibiting same sex in our country, or LGBT, whatever you call it? And so, and then secondly, we are understanding that this entire thing started about what led to Bishop Kula going to jail yesterday. I'm told he's not a bishop, I think. Yeah, going to jail yesterday is the church was locked by those supporting same sex.
They locked the church.
Yes, they locked the church, claiming that the church is their property. So those from the Global Methodist Church cannot or should not have worship in their premises.
Who are against the gay people? So let's put it clearly. So the gay people and the people who are not supporting the gay people. The gay people lock the church. Yeah.
And say the people who are not supporting gay should not go there to have service. Why? Because they say the church for them that they don't want to build the church.
And Gregory Cuomo supporting the gay people. The gay people.
So that's why
part of the church.
The public will know that. So they said the church was built by their gay money. So people who are not supporting gay should not go to the church. So now the people who are not supporting gay too says the church was built with our money, and because we pay tithes, let's say we pay tithe. And we pay offerings and things in our church, in our various churches. So the church was built with our money. So we have all right to that premises. But this is what happened, Abu. The people who are against gay or the practice of same sex in the country, they did not go there with violence.
Okay.
When they met the church locked, what they decided to do was, we are going to have our service right before the premises of our church.
Okay.
So now, this is where Gregory and his team came in with eviction.
Okay.
So even when the people did not go there with violence, we have our service also because we know that the place is locked. Gregory said that people leave the premises of
in
that
fact,
church.
they must leave the whole place.
They must leave the entire place. So with that, there is something that we must make clear here, Abu. The police would have come in. Yes, at least the police was there
to mitigate the situation.
Yes,
the
at least.
But not to go test.
Let's say the police being there, it was important because the police. Somebody will say maybe the police thought that when the both opposing parties meet, they might end up into clashes. Okay, you went there. Did you experience anything like clash or clashes before going in to evade people from there? No. What was the mandate under which you assigned the police there? It said to get out those who are against gay or what? So all of these things should be made clear. But from what we are gathering from a logical perspective and a logical and some close associates of some of those individuals, the government is trying to endorse the entire thing, but the model through which they can use to endorse it is what they are looking for. So what you see them doing is a step that they are taking closer. So, and they want to see Liberians' reaction to that. They can say, like, remember that 2 weeks in and 1 week. Yeah, so they want to see how Liberians will react. Then they know where they are when it comes to they are pushing for all of it.
Then they say, we tired, let them pull their things. And then, but look, perfect narrative of how the situation unfolded yesterday. And we also have it on good authority that the Minister of Justice is the lawyer of the Methodist Church. He advises the church on legal matters, on constitutional matters, just as he advises the president on legal matter. So it is reasonably understandable that this man might have equally misled the church, because as the church lawyer, And of course, as the Attorney General of the Republic, you know what our laws are with regards to this. And in fact, on these kinds of operations, the Attorney General approves the movement of the police. We're also being told, based on his conflicting situation in this situation, in the Methodist case, right? So he instructed through the Inspector General of Police the deployment of the police at the different Methodist churches to provide protection for the pro-gay congregation. And when they went there with additional mandate from Gregory Cuomo to go and flog anybody who disagree with the pro-gay people for accommodation purposes. And the only reason for which the government will be doing this, like Hagar said, is on financial ground. The government is challenged. So Liberians, maybe you say, oh, for us, we're talking it first. Prepare yourself. Sit down in your home and think about it. Think about the direction Mr. Bouaka and his government is taking our country. And think about the future of your children and your grandchildren. Are you prepared? One morning you wake up and then your son that you have invested so much in comes to the house with another boy child and say, mommy or daddy, I'm in love with John Brown. And you have to agree.
Because the Methodist church say that they are right.
That's what they're saying.
The Methodist church say that they are right.
The Methodist church say there are two consenting adults.
So what the government do, Abu?
The government must come clear.
Yes, the government
and
must
tell
come
us
clear.
So that we know. But you can't be doing it on no cover.
There are laws prohibiting same-sex in our country. So the government, like I said, the government is supposed to make it clear that, all that thing that happening, the government will not support this. There should be a statement from the Ministry of Information.
But they have called the people they were investigating. So what's the finding of the investigation? So when you call the people, you understand the case. So tell us, update the country on what did the state, got from what is transpiring to mitigate the crisis that's boiling. But the state does not care because they are playing double standard.
Because money involved.
The government is playing double standard. And of course, if the Global Methodist folks feel their rights are being infringed upon and they are not being given due process, is because the Justice Minister is the lawyer of the United Methodist Church, right? The fraction of the church that seems to be accepting the decision to amend the clause on marriage in the church. So, folks, we will go to the phone lines and intersperse that with our cash giveaway. We have frequent players here, and we're going to come with a big draw to see all of those that have played and have won. Star 799 hash. You select option number 11, and of course, you are good to go. So let's go to the phone lines, Hagar, and pick call 0776 104 104 086 500 104. The motorcyclists are out, as we are told. They have remained very, very peaceful. The situation is calm. We'll also make effort to speak with Chokon to ascertain as to exactly what the situation is. So let's see how today passes with that, and then we make
let's
progress.
talk to this person right here. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu. How are you this morning?
I'm fine.
Okay, Abu, my name is Bishop Samuel Sutton Sale.
Okay.
Abu, I'm an ardent listener of your show.
Okay.
And there's something you said this morning that caught my head. You said, hello?
Yeah,
you're live. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Bishop Samuel.
You said if this thing is going on, the other denomination just sit supportly and watch, and nothing is done, our country would be in a serious place.
Correct.
And I want to support you on that. Exactly. As other churches and other denominations, even the Muslim brothers and sisters, we must now stand with the Methodist Church and those that see same-sex marriage. We must get them. This country here, when government want to do something and the people don't stand up and say, no, we don't want this, it will definitely come to pass. I was a young man in the 80s when this war started coming on small, we started hearing about war coming, and the leaders of the country at the time we just said one less of boom, before go 1989, it started in Butu. And then the same thing I think starting to happen right now. This thing said marriage is against our law, it's against the biblical principles of the gospel, it's against civilization. Nobody in a right mind can accept no kind of behavior in any society. It is immoral, it is illegal, it is right.
What do you think? What do you think about the government conspicuous silence?
Exactly. That's my point. The government is conspicuous silence. Yesterday when I watched putting Bishop in jail, it's one of the things I also saw in my life.
But I'm sure you are not surprised because it happened to people in the Bible too now.
Pardon me?
I'm sure you are not surprised that it happened because it happened to people in the Bible. That's why Jesus Christ said, if you will follow me, you will pick up your cross, right?
Exactly.
A part of the cross.
We have to speak out.
So the fight is a fight for God. The fight we are on now is a fight for God. That's correct. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's take more calls.
Let's take this person morning. And some of the Methodist bishop, if you want to call and maybe you find it difficult to call through the main line, you can call me. A privileged call for you, the Methodist bishops. 0775
and other
272. Men of God. If you are finding it difficult to get on the main line, call on 0775 272. Privileged line for you, only men of God. Anybody you call me, you have to call it. Let's talk to this person morning. Good morning. Okay, let's talk.
Okay, let me take God's on this.
Take God's help on that side.
Good morning.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning. Hey guys, to all these loving Liberians.
Good morning, guys. How is our business center?
Pardon?
How is our business center?
We get to that one.
What is Liberia turning into?
Liberia is gradually turning into Sodom and Gomorrah, and if authorities who are there to protect our constitution are lending credence to people who are engaging in these kinds of activities, then something is fundamentally wrong. And to be very frank, what baffles me most is the fact that it is a scriptural thing that man cannot cohabit with another man. Woman cannot cohabit with another woman. In my lifetime, I have never seen a male dog pursue another male dog. So you want to tell me dogs are better than these people that engage in these kinds of...
But the government is providing defense and protection for the people who say men and men can marry.
And we should stand up against it. We should join arms together.
But how are we going to stand up when other people are saying, that the Methodist people think,
No, we can stand aside and watch.
Okay.
If we do, like you put it in a
bishop
or just supported you, it's going to permeate.
No.
All right, thank you very much.
So let's talk to Amos Morris from the States. Amos, morning.
Yeah, hey guys, and Abu, good morning this morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing?
We okay. Morning. Are you in America that are your people bringing division in our church here in Liberia?
Yeah, and I was going to keep talking. Now you see the reason why our society is failing. That's why these religious people, they are not.
Amos, you there? Oh my God, your line is terrible. So for only bishops and men of God can call on 0775 272.
So we are getting report that the government of Liberia is intending on changing the Emory Hospital's name to what?
So the Western
Referral Hospital. It's your B hotel.
So let's talk to this person. Morning. Good morning. Relatively okay. Go ahead. You live on the radio. You say your name is?
You see what happened in California? This is the one to pray. God cannot destroy just one person. The whole nation will be destroyed. He will accept this to come in this country.
Okay. All right. Thank you. If we accept it to be, I hope you are a bishop. Morning. Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Woman of God or Bishop?
Yeah, this is Pastor Rosetta Williams on the Excellent Ministry.
Go ahead.
Yes, I called this morning. I stay with the group that are against same-sex marriage.
Okay.
And we are calling on the church. This thing is not about the Methodist, it's about the Christendom. And we should not sit down and say because it is the Methodist church that yes. So we the Christian will sit back on the Muslim or any sound like giving.
Everybody, even the
Because
traditionalists.
When the judgment comes tomorrow, it will not only go to those people, it will affect the entire nation. So we need to wake up and stand with the group that are against this same-sex marriage, and let's put the government feet to the fire so that this thing cannot take effect in Liberia. When the time we were coming up, we know Liberia to be a Christian nation or quote-unquote built on Christian principle. Why is it today they want to bring the wrath of God on Liberia? We said no to this, and we will join a fight so that this thing can be rejected in Liberia. We don't want the wrath of God to come and fall on the nation. Thank you very much for having me on your line.
All right, thank you, man. Thank you. When Bwakai said he was willing to dance with the devil, where we were heading. Morning, Amos, you back online?
Yeah, I know the call cut me off. Yeah, like I was saying, right? This is why our society is failing, because the elders that should have been guarding the society are involved into the devilish behavior, knowing for the world that they have sold their souls to the devil and they want the entire country. But Abu Hega, yes, the big catch. That's a sinister motive the world to do in the world have crafted. The Bill Gates, the Elon Musk, the whosoever you think about. Do you know that if people have a motive, like I was saying, right? I share that video with Neil and that A.B. Williams. Watch that video and see the plan that these people have for the world. These people want to reduce 4 billion human beings between now to the year 2030. That they want to kill 4 billion human beings to leave the world because they're saying that the earth is overpopulated. But guess what? Who major victim for the calculation? African, black. You're talking about 4 billion human beings. And majority should be black. Listen to the video. And you got these pastors who these people have controlled with money to destroy their fellow men. And they don't even know some of the things that they are involving themselves with. It will be done in vaccine. It will be done in medication. So the free vaccines and things are coming to Africa. You guys should be very careful. The kind of vaccine you're taking, be very careful. The kind of drip you put in your body. They want to kill Africans. So we have to expose this thing is real, and that what the Methodist Church is trying to bring. They were only finding a weak vessel. And which is the administration that we have now that have destroyed the constitution of our country. These people only be looking for weak means to come and perpetuate their wickedness. They see that the fabric of the nation is being destroyed, so that the means that they're having to bring that wickedness into the country.
Okay.
So Nigerian, you have to stand up. You have to stand up to it.
All right, Amos. Okay.
So right there,
Amos Morris there speaking.
Former forest logging workers
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Liberia.
yeah,
Former forest logging workers of Liberia are protesting as we speak. And so, folks, whoever out there, we are trying to verify and confirm the authenticity about the news that we're hearing with regards to the passing of Chief Zanzan Kawa. So if any family source can confirm for us authentically, that would be good. So, but yeah, so the protests going on, the motorcyclists are also protesting. So let's take more calls, Higa.
Yes, and we can do so on 0776-104-104. Or for pastors, a privileged call for your privileged number 0775 44272. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Morning, Chief.
This is Apostle Augustine Noah Double.
Okay.
And I called this morning from Carwell. I want to use this medium to call on all Liberians. This is not about Methodist. This is about Liberia, not about Christian. It's about everyone, whether you are a Muslim or Christian or Buddhist or whatever. There's a signal to all of us. You saw yesterday that the man of God was being arrested and placed behind bars. So it is a signal to you as an imam or Muslim or Christian who will be against the same-sex marriage or lesbianism that is yet to be pronounced in that era. So tomorrow, if your voice is being heard against that marriage,
they will grab you and put. Oh yeah. They will arrest you and put you in bar.
You'll be arrested. So it is time that we all come together as one and speak against this wickedness that they want to bring into Liberia.
Okay.
That is my message this morning.
All right, let's talk to this person from this side. Good morning.
Yeah, this is Pastor Bati
Okay,
from
Pastor
the
Barry.
Great Salvation Ministry. Yeah, when they're talking about gay rights, Christianity has already come to an end. This is why you see all the things happening. There used to be prophecy coming out in the 19th century that the year 2000 the war going to come to an end. It was not the war coming to an end, it was Christianity coming to an end. If you Google right now on Google, you go into UK, you see church for sale, you see all the Methodist, Baptist, Episcopal church and all sale. The people buying there and paying football fee. It is because of this same gay talk that make the church went empty. So people disregard church business, they'll start going about their activities, how they can make their money. So the Christianity has actually come to an end. It is where Africa still maintaining it. If you read Ezekiel 28 from verse 1 to 10, it will tell you. The man said he's God. God said, no, you are man, you are not God. It was Christianity Ezekiel was talking about. Their time has come to an end. It is only Africa that will maintain it.
So what do you mean? What do you mean if you say the church Christianity has come to an end?
Christianity time has expired. Islam will rise. And after a certain time, Islam too will fall. In the 2 years, according to Mark 4, 21 and 22, what have been healing? Because they lie. There are too many lies into Christianity. And all these lies are coming to light. You see? Wow.
Okay, in as much, but we have to stand up against this. This is abominable. This is an abomination. And anybody trying to pacify this thing here does not mean well.
You live. Okay.
Thank you for talking this morning. So, I was so frustrated yesterday when I saw police officers dragging people out there without accept you, right to the cell on the telephone. I was so frustrated. And this thing happening is sit down and say, because we don't follow the United Methodist Church. So we sit down and say anything they do is direct business because direct church, they will accept every Liberian. This is Joseph Walker and his government doing, and we are looking at it and not doing anything for it. Any other common people who will be here. So I think that we have to stand up and go against everything happening.
Okay. Let's talk to this person. Okay, 0776104104 0865 the numbers you can call us on right here. Let's see. Yes, we here this morning. Time is fast spent. 5 minutes up to 10 o'clock right here. Let's talk to this person. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, this is Brother Tamu Rasta joining you from Point 4 to be specific in Zimbabwe. You know, bro, Abu and bro, as for me, I'm not surprised. You know, walking land. The Bible says, because of the love of money is the roots to evil. And you know, the president that we have today, the president, is so clear for money. So you told that because of money, you can do anything possible, anything, but you can do anything because of money. Anything because of money, but that kill our people in Cayman. So as for me, I'm not surprised. I put more to come, one of the who can do that president, more to come.
Okay. All right. Let's talk to this person. Morning.
Yeah, morning, Ega.
Yeah, morning.
I just want to you know, the medalists, they have a mistake by withdrawing from our other
branch because they are already gave freedom to them for that they will do their own thing, they will bring in the gay activity in the country, but we should have stayed the ground, we should have said no to it, and now to split. But so long as split, they will give ground to the other people now to bring it within the country.
But they don't want to be a part of it.
But if they don't want to be part of it, they truly don't want to be part of it, but the corridor already be open, but so they say no, and it will not come. So when you leave from there, they are already giving grant for gay activities.
No, but all of them went. That representation went. So it's a representation. That what the people saying no, will not agree to what you brought.
Yeah, but I the rest going to release and I said no to it. But so when you from there, they are already getting a chance to bring it in.
No, that one there, I agree with you. All right, but anyway, thank you.
Okay. Maybe we can pick just 2 calls.
Yeah, sure.
Let's take this one. Morning.
Yeah, good morning here, God. How you doing this morning?
Relatively okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Pastor Clarence Dominion Mother from the Able God Light of Word Ministry International.
Go ahead, Pastor.
I'm so grateful for such a time where we can be able to discuss some of these things without fear. Because with what's going on, if we as believers or Christians, like one of the pastors said, we say this issue is all about the Methodists or so, then that means we will not be fighting for the faith that we believe in or what we claim that we are. Okay? So the issue of homosexuality is completely out of order when it comes to Christianity. God himself detested it. God destroyed it. Sodom and Gomorrah because of the same attitude. And I don't think we need to encourage this. And this is what I told people, that if we as Christians we continue to sit and say probably we're going to spend on fasting and prayer, we'll be deceiving ourselves. The Bible says, faith without work is dead. Okay? Faith is to fight, not to sit. If we can't fight for the faith we believe in and think that we will just pray in the church and pray at home and we feel that things can change, Jesus Christ has to leave heaven to come on the face of the earth to make a change. To make a change for this part of the system. If we can't stand to make sure that we get rid of these people that we call lawmakers and government officials that are bringing some of these things into our country, I think we'll be going backwards. And as 2029 is the time for the Christians to rise up. Let's try to see where we can be led. The God-fearing person into the presidency, into the House of Representatives, into the Senate.
How is it possible you
have a God-fearing man as a justice minister and he's sending police people to do this?
Baptist Deacon as the president.
So what kind of God-fearing man you want now? The pastor, the president of Baptist Deacon. Hello?
Oh wow.
Yeah, you also God-fearing man you're looking for again. The president is the deacon, and of course the justice minister is a staunch member of the Methodist Church. In fact,
let's talk to
he is their lawyer.
Maybe finally,
morning. My name is.
I'm here, God, not Micah. Micah is a Truth FM. Go ahead.
Yes, it's so sad in this. People who trumpeted that they made in the campaign, Emmanuel was glad. They said, oh, this went to Zimbabwe to thank gay rights. And the same people now hiring police in defense of gay. We must condemn this, and we must say that this cannot happen. We stand with our brothers in the faith who are opposed to this imposition of Western powers, and we must stand with the Methodist Church, and we must resist it, and whatever means possible, we must do to resist it. Thank you.
Okay, that does it for the calling segment right here, Abu.
That's correct. And the news and the rumors were here last year that, of course, some delegation representing the government are gone somewhere in the world to have some meetings and review issues around domestic rights, human rights, tolerance, and acceptability. And fast forward, this is what the Methodist Church have turned into. This is questioning the fabric of Liberia's moral position. This is questioning the fabric of Liberian culture, Liberian tradition. This is redefining what God is. This is redefining what God was means. And it becomes a burden on all of us. It becomes all of us' responsibility, irrespective of who you are, how you worship, And I like to say that the government must come clean and tell us clearly where do they stand in all of this. The government must make a position clear. Hagar will have to go.
And yes, we'll be here hopefully on tomorrow to continue with the Liberian people business. Thanks as always for following. And yes, let's rejoin together on tomorrow.
And so for some reason, the motorcyclist conversation, we will deal with it tomorrow because, you know, there are ways, you know, when people are drowning, they find all kinds of people to put blame on and stuff. So, but at least we provided you feel updates and we told you that the guys are there, they're continuing with their crack action. And it has been so peaceful from what we've gotten up to now. But tomorrow we're going to be here on other issues of critical national concerns. Where are the investors? Where are all of the NGOs the president promised? How did Mr. President lie to us like this? How did Bouaka deceive Liberian people in this form and manner? And for we are about to go home, but there is a video here that I want to leave you with, right? It is very, very important so that you know some of what when we are holding Mr. President accountable, we're not just holding accountable. My name is Abu Sharif Hagar was here, and we're going to leave you with this video here.
$500 a bag, Liberian dollars. You compute at a rate of 150. Today, rice, they just announced it's over $17 US a bag. And you tell me for people